In a fresh push to tighten India's cybersecurity, the Telecom Ministry has told smartphone companies to pre-install a government-developed Sanchar Saathi app that allows users to report stolen phones, track unauthorized mobile connections and flag suspicious or fraudulent calls and messages. Hello, you're watching another episode of Deep Dive on NewsX with me, Devika Devan. Today, we're going to talk about the Sanchar Saathi app. What exactly does this app do and what features does it offer to its users? And why has it become the center of a political debate? Here's now a simple breakdown. Viewers, the Sanchar Saathi app builds on the government's earlier web portal launched in May 2023. In January this year, the Department of Telecommunications rolled out the Sanchar Saathi mobile app for Android and iOS, giving users an easier way to report mobile-related fraud and theft. Once the app is installed, users can request the blocking of a lost or stolen phone across all telecom networks in India. This allows law enforcement agencies to track the device using its unique International Mobile Equipment Identity Number and a 15-digit code that helps networks identify and authenticate phones. According to the Sanchar Saathi website, 42.18 lakh mobiles have been blocked and over 26.14 lakh lost or stolen mobile handsets have been traced using the app. A digital safety initiative of the center, Sanchar Saathi provides multiple citizen-centric services through a mobile app and its web portal. The app also includes a feature called the Chakshu, which is used to flag malicious links or harmful communication that poses a cybersecurity threat. Chakshu can also be used to report commercial spam calls. This covers everything from phishing links and financial scams to unverified APK files, cloning attempts or spam messages received through SMS, RCS, iMessage, WhatsApp, Telegram and other platforms. Another feature inside the app allows users to view all mobile numbers registered under their name and report any connection they don't recognize. Sanchar Saathi also comes with the KYM, which is a Know Your Mobile feature, which helps users verify whether their smartphone is genuine and safe to use. The app can also help users report an international call with an Indian number. It does not require OTP verification on the phone. As of now, the app has more than 1.14 crore registrations with more than 1 crore downloads from Google Play Store and more than 9.5 lakh downloads from the Apple Store. However, a massive political row has now erupted over the centre's direction to mobile phone manufacturers to install the Sanchar Saathi mobile app in all handsets manufactured or imported in India. While the government has said that the move aims to protect citizens from cyber fraud and can help recover lost phones, the Congress and other opposition parties have alleged that this is a step towards state surveillance and demanded the immediate rollback of this direction. The Department of Telecommunications, which comes under the Ministry of Communications helmed by Jyotiraditya Scindia, has directed mobile phone manufacturers to ensure that the Sanchar Saathi app is pre-installed on all mobile handsets manufactured or imported in India within 90 days, starting the 28th of November. For phones that have already been manufactured, the phone companies have been asked to push the app through software updates. The centre has warned that failure to comply with these directions shall attract action. Following the massive backlash, Union Minister for Telecommunications Jyotiraditya Scindia has now clarified that the app can be deleted by the users. Scindia said, and I quote, "There is no snooping or call monitoring." Listen in.
इसके आधार पर ना कोई स्नूपिंग है, ना कोई कॉल मॉनिटरिंग है। अगर आप चाहते हो तो इसको आप एक्टिवेट करो, अगर आप नहीं चाहते तो इसे एक्टिवेट मत करो। सुनिए ना, अगर आप इसको अपने फोन पे रखना चाहते हो तो रखो, अगर आप इसको डिलीट करना चाहते हो तो डिलीट करो। जिस तरीके से, उदाहरण के तौर पे, आपके फोन पे जब आप फोन खरीदते हो तो उस पे कई ऐप्स आ जाती हैं, जैसे गूगल मैप्स भी आ जाता है। अब आपको गूगल मैप इस्तेमाल नहीं करना है तो आप डिलीट कर लो। अगर आपको संचार साथी इस्तेमाल नहीं करना है तो डिलीट कर दो। इसका मतलब ये ऑप्शनल है सर। ऑब्वियसली डिलीट कर सकते हो आप, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है।
The move had triggered strong pushback from opposition leaders who argued that making an undeletable app compulsory is unconstitutional and could open the door to state surveillance. The government has pitched the app as a means to check the genuineness of the phones being sold and to be able to track the phone if lost. But privacy activists and political opposition led by the Congress have termed it as a big brother move for constant surveillance of citizens. Senior Congress leader K.C. Venugopal has said that the move is beyond unconstitutional. He further said that the big brother cannot watch us. The preloaded government app that cannot be uninstalled is a dystopian tool to monitor every Indian. Priyanka Chaturvedi, Rajya Sabha MP of the Shiv Sena UBT, said that the move is nothing but another big boss surveillance movement. The government, however, had insisted that the app does not access anyone's personal data and is only meant to stop the misuse of illegal or fraudulent devices. Congress MP Priyanka Gandhi called it a dictatorship move and a snooping app. Listen in.
It is a snooping app. I mean, clearly, it's ridiculous. Now, where else do they want to, citizens have their right to privacy. Even all of you must be having a right to privacy to send your own messages to family, friends without the government looking at everything. It's not just one thing. It's not just snooping on the telephones. It's overall. They are turning this country into a dictatorship in every form. You ask me every day why Parliament is not functioning. It's not functioning because they're refusing to talk about anything. So it's very easy to blame the opposition, but the fact is they are not allowing any discussion on anything, and that is not democracy. A healthy democracy demands discussion and everybody has different views. You hear them out. अभी मैंने सबसे बात नहीं की है तो आज शायद वो चर्चा करके अपना डिसीजन लेंगे कि हमारा क्या स्टैंड है. That's a very fine line, no?
Meanwhile, as per reports, Apple does not plan to comply with the mandate to preload its smartphones with the state-owned cyber safety app and will convey its concerns to New Delhi. Three sources familiar with the matter have said after the government's move sparked surveillance concerns. Moreover, the platform's short privacy policy states that the application does not automatically capture any personal information without prior notification. If personal information is requested, the user will be informed of the purposes and adequately present security measures to protect that data. However, the app's privacy policy lacks some elements that are considered the industry standard for the same. For instance, it has no explicit statement about users' rights, does not allow users to request a connection or a correction, or more importantly, deletion of their data from the app, and has no opt-out mechanism. Based on the privacy policy, it is unclear how long it stores the data it has access to. So, will the Sanchar Saathi app weaken privacy or strengthen cybersecurity? I take that conversation forward. Dr. Pawan Duggal, cybersecurity expert, with us as well. Dr. Duggal, I have to understand from your perspective firstly, what do you make of this entire controversy around the app now that a slight clarification has come from the government, where the Union Minister himself has said that there is no snooping, and secondly that it's a voluntary app, users are free to delete it?
Well, clearly we have to understand the government has, as a sovereign government, the power for lawful interception. So if the government wants to intercept, it can in any case intercept under the provisions of Section 69, 69A of the Information Technology Act 2000. Why does it require an app to go ahead and intercept or surveil upon people? That's a fundamental question we have to ask ourselves, number one. Number two, we have to realize, let's see what does the Sanchar Saathi app say on the App Store. The App Store says it's an app by the Department of Telecommunications. It says we are not sharing your information with third parties. It says we are going to inform you before we start collecting your information. And number three, it says I am already implementing reasonable security practices and procedures. Now, these things should be substantially enough to allay the fears that there's any potential censorship happening. But yes, on the other hand, when I go onto the permissions aspect, in terms of permissions that the Sanchar Saathi app is asking, I find that it's asking me virtually permission for everything on my phone, whether it's my contacts, whether it's my messages, whether it's my videos, whether it's my camera. So clearly, there's need for more clarification. If the purpose of the Sanchar Saathi app is to protect cybersecurity, its permissions have to be commensurate with the ultimate objectives of the said app. Now, therefore, the kind of permissions that are being asked for clearly tends to give an impression that a lot of data collection exercises are potentially going to be happened. And therefore, it's very important that there should be appropriate checks and balances. There should be more transparency. What are the reasonable security practices and procedures that the government has put up in this space will have to be kept in mind, will have to be disclosed, and people have to be ultimately told. And finally, the users don't really need to be worrying because they have the Brahmastra in their hands. The Brahmastra is that they can go ahead and uninstall the app, and that's the end of the matter. So the question is that there's no question of any potential collision of their data. In any case, users are advised to read through the terms and conditions and privacy policy. And then this app is not alone. Look at every of the major apps that we are using. They're all extensively going ahead, collecting data and using it for a variety of purposes. So we will have to be making a conscious choice whether you want the app or not. If you want the app, please retain the app. If you don't want the app, you can go ahead and delete the app. But at the same time, do not make this app as the foundation of your cybersecurity. You will have to be realizing that you have to be in a state of constant vigil in order to protect your personal privacy, your data privacy, and your cybersecurity. And in that regard, the quicker you start adopting cybersecurity as a way of life, the better it's ultimately going to be. App here or an app there is not going to make much of a difference. But yes, please be very judiciously careful for reading the terms and conditions, the privacy policy, and the customer review of the apps in order to understand what are the data gathering capabilities of the app so that you can then take an informed, intelligent decision as to whether you require the app or not.
Right, absolutely. Mr. Dugal, thank you so much, sir, for joining us on NewsX with that perspective, and hopefully that is going to clarify further for our viewers watching as well. With that, a very short break.